So I'm pretty sure by now y'all have heard of all of the Disney princesses. You know, there's Ariel, Tiana, Belle, Cinderella. Wait, that's not Cinderella. Yep, that's right. Some indie small company made a horror movie on Cinderella and titled it Cinderella's Revenge. It's basically a movie where Cinderella gets her revenge on everyone who's been mean to her. I mean, it's quite literally in the title itself. And the movie did horrible in the ratings. So I had the bright idea to watch Cinderella's Revenge. It was so bad. Oh my god. I tried so hard to stay awake. It was like stupidly bad. I wouldn't even wish my worst enemy to watch this movie. It is that bad, guys. It is super bad. That song gives me like Imagine Dragons vibes. You know the "Cause you're a natural, I'm beating heart of stone. You gotta get too close to make it in this world." It gives me that sort of vibe. Now for copyright reasons, I obviously can't show a lot of the movie, but I am gonna show a few things from the movie. So for starters, this is Cinderella's dad and this is her evil godmother.
The king's men are almost upon us.
Upon you, Arthur.
Yeah, the godmother just pulls out a shotgun out of nowhere. I don't know where she got that from. So then the dad gets jumped by two men in masks, and then he dies. And then we meet Cinderella.
Let's go and speak to the king.
Yeah, she just gets slapped for like no reason right after. Basically, if you've seen the original Cinderella, this movie is completely based off that. The story is completely the same. The only difference is Cinderella does not go in a murder spree in the first movie. So yeah, now we're at the royal ball. So while her sisters and her mother was gone, she summoned her goddamn godmother. So I'm pretty sure y'all should know the story by now. The fairy godmother gives her a dress to wear with magic so then she could attend the royal ball. And there's also a pumpkin car, but in this case it's an orange Tesla. I also find it so funny because this guy is supposed to be Elon Musk. So anyways, they go to the ball and she dances with the prince. And then she runs away because she realizes that her magic dress is only gonna last her until 12 in the morning. And yeah, just like in the original, Cinderella loses her glass slipper. And then these men come into the castle to try it on them. The slipper doesn't fit the sister, so then the stepmother insists for her to cut her toe off. To cut her toe. What am I watching? So yeah, the sister cuts her toe off in probably the worst effect I've ever seen in a movie. It is actually so laughable. It's so stupid. Just watch this scene. If YouTube blocks me because I showed the scene of the fakest foot ever getting cut off, we're gonna have issues, YouTube. We're gonna fight. And then the fairy godmother goes into Cinderella's room and persuades her to kill everyone who's been mean to her. Now this is basically where Cinderella's killing spree starts. And y'all remember that mask at the beginning that killed the dad? Yeah, well now Cinderella is using that exact mask to cover herself and to kill others. And this mask gives her like crazy power too. It's like, pretty sure it gives her like super strength or something. But yeah, her first victim is actually one of the guys that killed her dad. And then they start having like the battle of a lifetime here. Then she pops his goddamn bone out and then she just stabs him in the stomach. And that's it. He's dead. And now it's one of the sisters' turn to die, and oh my god, she dies in possibly the worst way ever. I definitely cannot show this because they used all of their budget on this kill right here. This is her, and oh my god, if you can't tell what's happening, basically both of her eyes are poked out, and then Cinderella puts their eyes on the bed so then the mother could find it. And now it's time for the other sister to die, and this death is also extremely brutal. Basically, she just grabs the heel of her shoe and then just pokes it straight into her ear. The mother realizes that this is all Cinderella's doing, so then she runs back to the house, grabs the same shotgun, and is now hunting down Cinderella. And then she kills the other guy that killed her dad, and this death isn't really important, and just she stabs him multiple times. And now it's time for the final boss of this story, and that is Cinderella's mother, where basically Cinderella just chokes her with all of her jewels, and then she just chokes her to death. She somehow survived, but Cinderella does not hold back on killing her. Yeah, so now mother dead, she gets happily married with the prince, and everyone lives happily ever after. So in conclusion, please don't watch this movie. On my Chrome meter, this movie is a 2 out of 10. Please don't watch this movie. Goodbye.